Hello, crafty friends. Welcome. Today's Thursday, and I often go live on Thursday, but I was having a little bit of computer problems, so I decided to just go ahead and record, and we'll get this video posted for you. So today, our project is this sweet little winter card. Of course, it could be used for Christmas, but I was really going for a gingerbread house with the white tasty icing. This is the time of year for gingerbread, and that's always been an important part of our holidays. So I really liked the plan for this card. But today we're going to do something just a little different. On this one, you can see in the background behind my trees, I've used some kind of textured vellum. But for today, I decided to go with some fun white glitter paper to be our background. So I've gone ahead and I've die cut my glitter background. I also die cut the Enchanted Forest die from Whimsy Stamps. This is a fantastic set that can just be used just for so many things. You often see it for Halloween, die cut in black, but it also is great for winter time to do in white, or you can do it in browns and add your greens to just be a regular park or forest scene. So this is a great scene die to have on hand. Some more scene dies that I really like is the Kinetic set, and this makes hills to use for, it's called the Kinetic Curved Hills. And if you're going to have like a penny slider or something that moves, these are great to use for that. But I use this one right here to create myself a fun little snowbank for my houses to sit on. And then, of course, my last set here that I'm using is our fun gingerbread set. And the exact name of this one is Gingerbread Greetings. And I'm going to use this little house and the little heart. And really, any of the houses you could use. In fact, we could switch it up and use a couple different ones. So anyway, we'll go ahead and do that. And I also have some white cardstock to mount this all on. So I'm going to set these things aside, and we're going to do some stamping and embossing. So I have my paper here. I'm going to grab my white embossing powder. There we go. That's my white embossing powder. I'm going to cut my paper down just a little bit so that it fits in my MISTI real well. Oh, that's still a little too big. I'm going to trim it down just a little bit more. There we go. Okay, now I'm also going to treat my paper with some anti-static powder and do our best here to get a nice clean embossing. Now, when I'm embossing in white, I like to go ahead and instead of using Versamark, I'm going to use some white pigment ink. That way, if any of my embossing powder kind of flakes off, I've got that white ink underneath. So any kind of the pigment ink stays wet for a long time. So I think that's going to work well for us. So I'm going to... On this one, I'm going to use this house. And then I think I'll still use the kind of ski looking chalet building. For my greeting on this one, I'm going to put sweet and wishes. And I'm just going to bring that up like this. I want it to say sweet wishes. And then I'm going to do the from our home to yours right underneath. And before I had this be two separate pieces, but this time I'm going to go ahead and cut that as one big piece. And then to place in between my two houses, I'm going to put our little heart. All right, let's go ahead and get these stamped. So I'm just gonna I'm also going to go ahead and grab my spoon so that I am prepared for my powder once we get going. I'm also going to grab a piece of paper here to put underneath so that I'm ready to do that. It's always best to get those things handy before you do your stamping. Sometimes I forget. Go ahead. Just using my press tool here to hopefully get a nice, good impression. All right, that's looking pretty good, but I'm going to give it one more just to make sure that it's good and moist when we get ready to do our stamping. Or get ready to do our embossing. Sorry about that. All right, that's looking really good. Okay. All right, I have a lid for my embossing powder. There it is. Set that aside. Fine. Let's go ahead and do our heat embossing. I'm going to put it on high here at first, and then I'm going to lower it to the lower setting to actually do the heat embossing. And hopefully we won't get too much curve going on, warping. So tell me there in the chat, does anyone else make gingerbread for the holidays? When my kids were young, we always made gingerbread houses from scratch. But since they've grown up, I usually just make gingerbread men now instead of the whole house. Now that I have grandbabies, I may have to make houses again when they get a little older. All right. Go ahead and set this aside. And one thing with our gingerbread houses, I am going to have to trim these by hand real quick. But I am going to cut off our sentiment so that I can trim that to the size I want. Hopefully you can see there. So, trim that down just a wee bit. There we go. All right, I'll go ahead and we'll cut these out, and these are such easy images to trim. I've never really minded fussy cutting. Some people really don't take to it, but for the most part, it doesn't bother me. There we go. Especially easy images like this. So yeah, I tried to go get all set up to go live today, and it was asking me for some kind of like codes and things. So I think I'm going to have to contact Denise and have her enter those, because maybe that's something just at the end of the year here. Maybe they have to do it every year or something. I'm not sure. So I'm going to trim that just a little bit more. All right, final piece, we'll just cut out our heart. That sounds a little funny, cut out our heart. Don't want to do that. Okay. All right, so now we have all of our pieces. And as a final touch, one thing I do want to do, oops, not that one, sorry. Here it is. I'm going to grab some Distress ink here in Vintage Photo, and we're going to give our cookies a bit of a golden brown edge. So I'm just going to come at them from the side and give them a nice baked glow. Makes them look more yummy that way. Yeah. Sorry. This one's going to look burnt if I'm not careful. There we go. Now for my right. Let's grab our other pieces and finish this card off. I have to, oh, right there they are. Okay. Here we go. So here's our sample, and we're going to go ahead and put it together. I think I'm going to start, I'm not going to put it down on the base yet. I'm going to start with my base, or with my tree, and apply it to the glitter first, and we'll put a block on that to hold it down, because glitter takes just a minute to adhere. Put a little bit up in here in these branches. I'm not going to glue all the branches, but just a few to kind of hold that onto the glitter. Okay. A couple of blocks here. While that's adhering, I'm going to add a little bit of foam to the back side of my snowy hill. Oops, is that the back? Yeah. Hopefully those are, that's had enough time. Let's go ahead and apply our snow. Now my snow is probably going to be a little bit long, and I'm going to have to trim that off, but that is okay. Right here. And now I'm going to go ahead and apply that to my white background. So in my thoughts when I was designing this card, I was really kind of going for that gingerbread house look with the white icing. I don't always add color to my gingerbread. Sometimes I like it just to have that white I forgot the name of the icing, like royal icing, you know, the kind of icing you use for your building. There we go. So now I'm going to put a couple pieces of foam on the back side here of my houses, and I'm going to stick with the same strip foam because I know it's the same thickness. If I switched foams, I'm afraid I might alter the thickness. There we go. And just a couple across here. I'm going to go ahead and put some on my heart and on my sentiment as well. That one actually can be seen. Put that one over here. Put this little chunk here. Okay. Got plenty of scissors out. So I'm going to go ahead and apply my sentiment first. Oh, I kind of like that glitter back there. I think that's a fun change up. You can see it a little better. The texture on my vellum, you couldn't really see it very much once I put it on the white background. So I like the glitter. It keeps with the white, but I like that shine. So I liked these woods. They're called Enchanted woods, which is perfect because they really gave me that kind of Snow White looking, you know, the little cottage in the woods. And I thought that went with the gingerbread really well. Kind of storybook looking. This house was a little bit bigger than my other house, so let's see how our heart looks in there. It won't quite be centered like it was before. All right, to finish this card off, I have just a little bit of clear disc to kind of be some snow here in our sky. So I was just going to add a few of those on each side. Let's see, maybe right here. Okay. That one's a little big. All right, there we go. There's our card for today. What did you think of adding of the glitter? I like that. I think that that really is what it needed. It just needed that contrast between the trees and the background. I really like it. I also like the larger house and the heart being off center. So there we go. If you love gingerbread, a holiday time, and like I said, this card could go Christmas, of course, but it's also, it could be any kind of wintertime card or welcome to your new home, all that kind of thing. There's lots of ways to use this fun gingerbread set that's not just for the holidays. All right, well, thank you so much for joining me today. Do give this video a thumbs up and leave your comments. We love to interact with you, and we hope you have a wonderful day. I hope you have a great crafty holiday, and I look forward to crafting with you again next week. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.